Hello and welcome back to the Recursive Recycling video. We are going to build on some defenses. The reason why the stream was paused is because this attack tube within 10 seconds starts attacking when I turned on the game. So that's why it was paused. Yeah. Was really lucky, I guess, that didn't happen in the last episode yet. So let's do some turret creep. You go in there, you go to 2. Plus 1. And let's do some... I should have not used that button, but fine. Easy peasy. I want bots. I miss them. I'm not cleaning up the rest. We'll do that later. Yeah, that was not the plan for today, I guess. Maybe it was. It's time for some circuits. What's happening here? Are you full? Kinda. This will prioritize the wrong side. Can do that. Like this part should always get priority. Faster belts. Sure. And okay, let's go for bots. Oh, oh, Sega technology. I always forget. I still forget that that's Sega technology now. Did I do this in the last episode? Oh yeah, something else that was. I'm getting distracted already. As we're kind of getting full of materials, it might be time to temporarily halt our scrap processing. So I'm thinking we, for the moment, 3 and 3. For the moment, we put our scrap in boxes because, yeah, I think it's needed for now. Way too much. And that can go not like this. Let's do it like so. And we disable that belt. Too many. I also kind of want lamps. So dark. Give me lamps. That was not the goal for today. Like, not even close. So, what I want to take out here is materials that I need for building. So, let's even call it building materials. Just buildings. So, what do I want to keep? I want to keep belts. You know what? Let me do this off camera for a bit. So a little while later, I've made a list. Just the basics for now. So the types of belts, some inserters, even some things that we haven't researched yet. But I want to make it simple. So let's turn you off for the moment. So place an inserter here, link it to that belt, the belt content bolt, and then I'm so used to using the buttons down here, not the shortcuts. Those are still disabled. Don't know why. Annoying. So basically, how am I going to do this without? So I'm gonna use filters. That's clear, right? Let me think. So everything on this belt is plus, and everything that's on here could be minus. But then it will take everything out except for what I want. That's not what I try to do. Let's use some combinators. No. Do this one. Yeah. So for each that is on that equal to or greater than what's on green, output that signal. Just move you for a bit. And we disable you. And set your filter, no disable. So if we do this, if we would put down, doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? That has got 3, so it is outputting. I got why. Too many cables. Nope. That's filters. And then we do so this one will be for everything, right? So every one of these will get a separate combinator. So like this. For now we do like so because we don't have bigger power poles. Everything connected to the green wire. And then everything that's on this list will be taken out. But now the belts keep flowing, even if... So if I would install this belt again, still everything will pass through. I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is from the last output, go to a new combinator and say if anything is bigger than 0, outputs deny of 1. You need power. So when there's like a deny signal, so enable when there's a enable if there's no deny signal. Why are you still outputting 1? Where does that output come from? I think my wiring is messed up. Yep, my wiring is messed up. My outputs will wire to the inputs. So now it works. So normally If I drop some items, yeah, it stops. And when I pick everything up, it moves everything, and this belt flows again. So everything that's on this list will now not work. Because I need to set the filters. Try again. Everything that's on that list will now still not work. Oh, I get why. Everything that passes through will now be... Oh, this does not work. So what's currently happening, to make it clear, everything that's on the belt now gets... This condition will always be 2. Let me think. How am I going to do this? And I also can do equal. I can do equal. I'm making this way too complicated. So, let's try again. On that part, we read the belt to that. This one does not read the belt anymore. We then pass along the signal. In the upper combinator, we say everything bigger than 0 for each. We output 1. And then we say for every item that is equal on the red and green signal. So every item that's on the belt that's both on the red and the green signal, we pass 2. And this works because even if there are multiples of the same item on this belt, this combinator will make sure that only 1 passes. That all signals become 1. Yeah. If that makes sense, I hope so. I explained that audibly. So if we test this, see, this one is working. It's now not picking anything up, so this works. So move everything again, and then copy, paste, paste. I deleted that part as well. I should not have done that. And then these need to have a green wire. And then for this one we do the same again. For everything that comes out of the last one. So if anything is bigger than 0, we outputted a nice signal. And link that up to this one. So now it works. All bad, all awful stuff. Yeah, now it works. Perfect. Wow. Hey, that was one way to do this. Was it the smartest way? Probably not. But that's not why I'm doing it. That's not how I roll. I always say, not the real base until it's made out of concrete. So, where does that concrete even come from? Honestly, not sure. 2 boxes of concrete. Just to improve our walking speed. So what will come out of here? anything that we still want? I don't think so, because lights I put on this one, right? Yeah. Do we want anything that's left over? I really don't think so. Well, you're slow. So basically, everything that's left over, we incinerate. As in, put it in here. And once more. 4, 5 as well. This will be temporary. Because this... Can I call it the bus? Will expand. I know a lot of materials that I should be keeping. I'm not. Like labs, for instance. I'm destroying as well. I don't care right now. That's how simple it is, basically. And I think I want it in here, so I think I want to plug it in here. Yeah, let's do it like so. So do I have big power poles? Medium, I mean. Yeah. Okay. Why is it so slow? You still. Not working how I like. Turn you back on. Oh. I was thinking let's empty these boxes, but way more difficult than I was anticipating. Not what I wanted. No more scrap. Got like a couple thousand scrap already. Science isn't sciencing. That's a problem. Plenty of green science, but not very few red. So why is this backing up? From what's coming in. I get it, I get it. Maybe what we do... So now we are... Like all those materials on here, we will never use. It's all useless materials, basically. So maybe what we could be doing, what I now will do, take out the scrap, and everything that's not scrap, we will just do again, basically. Oh. And expand it that way. So... will that work? Yeah, that will. So input, like so, like so. All the way down, please. I want output on top. And then you... Let's try again what I tried to do before. But without the middle one. Up. Up. And you be filled with to blacklist scrap. And then input. Priority on left. And this will work. I think. Out of power poles. Can I get me some better power poles? There's some lights. Like for now we're fine. Our power grid can handle it now. I think. Normally, yes. And then we copy this. We flip this. And you go like so. Oh, one more thing that I need to do. Everything that's scrap should not be on here. So if there's any scrap on this, that needs to go somewhere else, basically. Fine, like so. Okay. So UV filters to scrap to the right. One item of scrap, preferably no. And then you get one, and you get a small power pole because I'm out of big ones. So this system will basically take everything that comes out of here and turns it into scrap, regardless of what comes in. I think that will work. It will give a lot of scrap, but that's fine. That's fine. Like full belt. Just like a truly full belt. My inventory is full. Of course it is. Let me walk a bit faster. You so don't need it anymore. The rest of this I will take away once I've got bots. Like, if you were wondering, this system I now basically use to empty my inventory of stuff that's like way, like, too many of. Why is Sign so slow? I think every scrap gives like one item, and in the beginning we had so few items to choose from. Like we had like a handful of items that the game could choose from. So now that we've researched quite a bit more, we are getting way less at Sign than we used to. Because now there were like there are maybe like 50 items that can produce out of scrap. In the beginning it was like 10 and one of them was that size. So now instead of 1 out of 10 or so of materials that we got out, it was science. Now it's 1 out of 50. And that's hurting us. Badly. Can I go in here somewhere? I can. So what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, so split off the scrap to 2 sides, and then here we prioritize what comes out of these ones. Just to make sure that these machines are always used. I've also increased the number of machines on each side to 6, because as you can see on the right hand side, it produces 2.5 items per second, so perfect for that build. If we ever get it. we will. We'll just take time. Um, got a little bit longer, so let's do this. We're taking the fuel. It's looking worse and worse. This factory looks awful now. We climb. No. Like this. I need a little bit of space, not much, but a little bit. So now what I want to do is take this belt. Yeah, take this belt and put some furnaces next to it. But first clean it up because in my way. So let's straight line please. So on one hand we do fuel, on the other hand we do scrap. And basically what we are can go on further. What we are going to do, it really doesn't need to go 2 boxes in anymore. They like first go to the left if those boxes are full and there's too much scrap. We are going to incinerate it. And how fast do you? 0.31 per second. Okay, so that can basically be yellow inserters, but I don't have them anymore, so unless they're in here, probably. How many? Let's use fast ones. We've got the resources for fast. They're like unlimited by now. And yet I'm still using yellow. And you go like so. This is, by the way, the only way that I know of to delete crap. Because of every item you produce into scrap. And another item. So you will always increase the amount of items in the game. And this is one way to say like, stop. I don't want any more. This belt is overloaded. It doesn't need a filter anymore, but I'm going to leave it anyways. Because I can. And it doesn't hurt anything. These ones will eventually fill up. I will deal with them. At a later date. Not now. Also thinking, do I still want yellow ammo? Don't know. Don't know. Yeah, it's working. Like, this is massively overloaded. Input power to the left. From left. Yeah, that output belt is massively overloaded, but I think it's fine. Yeah, if you look at geese, it produces 8 scrap a second. Not that I can input 16 geese a second, but you can see why this belt gets overloaded. But it's still not following smoothly. Probably because there's also scrap coming out of here. Yeah, I think that is fine for now. So, yeah, that is it for this episode. yeah, quite happy with that system. I was not expecting it to work so quickly. I really was not. I was really thinking that would be for 2 episodes, but no. Like, we even did some scrap foiling. This system, I think it's worked flawlessly. Oh, something as well. Do I have one? Like, if you place an assembly machine, no recipes. That's how useful they are. I found it so funny first time I opened an assembly machine. Yeah. In the next episode, we will increase this list and also decide how we are going to. Yeah, and then I will also decide how much of everything I want to keep, or just not bother for now and keep expanding. So yeah, in between episodes, I will wait for some lead belts, which are now coming. And I hope I will let the game run a little bit to get some more, get like way more science. And I will get some more, I can't think of the word. What will I get? Oh yeah, I will wait to accumulate science. Yeah. But what I was doing a few minutes ago. Thank you very much for watching, and I would love to see you at the next episode, as always. Bye bye.